Imagine your childhood home, the home you've saved up for, or the home you're hoping to retire in. Your respite becoming the complete and total opposite. Not all at once, not with one huge reveal, just little things here and there. It starts to feel wrong. A clap in an empty room, a bedroom that feels like someone else is in it, a child staring into the dark, like someone else is already there. That's why The Conjuring works. At first, it looks like a simple haunted house story. A family moves into an old farmhouse, they unpack, they settle in, the children choose their rooms, everything feels ordinary. The film doesn't begin with chaos, it begins with family and walk from routine. The kind of small familiar things that make a house feel lived in. Once those ordinary things start changing, the fear starts feeling a little too close to home, literally. That is the hidden trick of The Conjuring. It doesn't rely on the ghost being visible all the time. It makes the house feel weird at first. A hallway becomes something you hesitate to walk down. Imagine how many times you walk down that hallway the same day. A staircase becomes a stretch of darkness. A wardrobe stops feeling like furniture. It starts feeling like something could already be waiting for you in there. And that's why this film gets under people's skin so easily. It turns familiar, safe domestic spaces into threats, gradually over time. A clock stopping at the same time every night, one room feeling colder than the rest, even the dog refusing to come inside and stay outside. These little details are key, because the strange noises are expected in horror, but when an animal refuses the house completely, it feels instinctive. Like the home is already wrong before anyone can explain why. That is where the fear starts to settle in, through the atmosphere, through the feeling that something has already settled into the house and that the family has realised it too late. That's also why the clap game scene is so iconic. On paper, it should feel harmless, a mother playing with her children, walking through her own home, listening for the clap. But at that point, the film has already changed the house. So when those hands clap from the darkness, it doesn't feel just like a scare, it feels like a house answering back. The haunting becomes frightening the moment the family no longer feels safe inside their own home. And once that shift happens, the atmosphere gets heavier. Because the parents are not just dealing with noises and shadows anymore. They are living inside something hostile. The film keeps returning to the bedrooms, hallways, staircases, basements, and hidden corners. Not because those places are unusual, but because they are ordinary. And once ordinary spaces stop feeling safe, the whole structure of family life starts collapsing with them. That's what makes the film more effective than a lot of other haunted house stories. It's not just asking whether something supernatural is present. It's asking what happens when safety disappears from the place that is supposed to provide it. The family can't argue with it, they can't reason with it, they can't clean the house and make it stop. They can't even protect their own children properly. That is a much darker fear than a jump scare. It's not about being frightened, it is about being unable to defend the people you love. And once Carolyn becomes the centre of the haunting, the film changes again. Up to that point, the house feels dangerous. After that, the danger becomes intimate. Now the fear is no longer in just the rooms, it's moving through the family itself. Bathsheba is not frightening simply because she's a ghost. She's frightening because she twists something protective into something predatory. Motherhood becomes possession. The person who should feel safest to the children becomes the person they need saving from. That is the darkest idea in The Conjuring. Not that evil's entered the house, that it's found the heart of the family and poisoned it from the inside.
Christ, the saints and all the angels, I command you to reveal yourself!
And that's why the final act lands so hard. Not just because it gets louder, because it gets crueler. The film has spent so long grounding the family, the home, and their routines that when everything finally turns against them, it feels despairing. It's like the houses have been moving towards that moment the whole time. And that is the real horror in The Conjuring, not the ghost itself, or even the exorcism. It's the slow destruction of the safety inside a home that was supposed to protect them. Beneath the claps, the shadows, and the possessions, The Conjuring is built on a very simple fear. The idea that the place you trust most can start turning against you. If you enjoy the breakdown, subscribe to Scary Film Rules for weekly psychological horror deep dives, and tell me in the comments, what do you think was scarier in The Conjuring, the ghost itself, or watching the house turn against the family?